Here we are, Location Lux. I'm your host, Alan Canas, and here in Season 1, we'll be focused on what we're calling the Great Lifestyle Migration. On each episode, I'll be right here in San Francisco, Silicon Valley. Over the last few decades, we've witnessed a great migration for employment and technology development. As such, the need and demand for homes has been among the highest in the country. These migration choices are giving people an extraordinary opportunity to explore new locations, amenities, and lifestyle options. And that's why we're here. Location Lux. This week, I'm so flattered to have David V. Johnson on our show, direct from Oil Nut Bay, the British Virgin Islands. David, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thrilled to be here.
We know that the British Virgin Islands is so much more than a destination location. It is truly a beautiful, gorgeous lifestyle. Would you please tell us a little bit about you and about your business?
So my professional career is as a real estate developer, and I've developed 40 communities over 40 years. 40 years ago, I broke my neck and was paralyzed from the shoulders down. And that puts money, God, and friends in perspective real quick. And so I decided, instead of doing volume, that I would do one of a kind, one at a time, generational lifestyle communities in harmony with nature. So we really decided that we wanted to find a place to live in the Caribbean where we would spend the rest of our life.
David, could you tell me why you and Pam picked the British Virgin Islands?
So we ended up with the British Virgin Islands being the perfect place because of the usability of the water, the stability created by the British government, and the fact that the financial services industry was here, which created the fact that the country was extremely successful and there had been no new development in almost 30 years. So it truly is a destination where the world's most successful people are coming here, and a magnificent neighborhood that we've chosen to be part of. I buy land by what I call the Flutter Method, and that's when my heart pounds out of my chest. I gotta have it, and I figure out all the obstacles.
David, let's talk about the Flutter Method. I buy things on the Flutter Method as well. Virgin Gorda and Tortola. Tortola I've been to many, many years ago. Let's talk about the shopping.
Well, what we're into selling is shopping for real estate, shopping for your forever home. And the Flutter Method is the spectacular physical beauty that's contained in the BVI, with sheer rock cliffs on one side and beautiful beaches on the other, and really raw land, because the BVI is underdeveloped compared to any other country. So our owners can go online and shop any place in New York, Amazon, or whatever for goods. But when they're shopping here, they're shopping for a home where they can come bring their family and live in harmony with nature. And we've got the best.
It sounds like it. How is the access with flights and boating there?
What makes the BVI historically unique is it's the world's best boating. Going all the way back to the pirate days of the Sir Francis Drake Channel, because it's in a protected archipelago. So 50% of our owners have never been boating before, go out and buy a boat, and Oil Nut Bay is their home base. And then they go out and have lunch at a different island and come back and safely boat. It's the world's best sailing. From an air access standpoint, any kind of private jet can fly directly into Lutzum Airport, which is Beef Island, which is connected to Tortola. Commercial flights fly into St. Thomas, Puerto Rico, St. Martin, and Antigua, and then come over in a connecting flight. The BVI is about to extend its own new runway and have direct flights from New York, Charlotte, Atlanta, and St. Thomas on American and Delta, which will be a game changer.
David, thank you. And David, where are most of your buyers coming from?
So our buyers are global, 1/3 from outside the United States, 2/3 inside the United States. Kind of 1/3 are 45 and under with small kids. 2/3 are 45 to 85 with kids and grandkids. And they're mainly coming from the Midwest and East Coast, but we do have buyers from California and Texas, and we're starting to see a lot more of that now because especially in the summertime when it's 100 degrees in Texas, June and July, it's 80 to 82 degrees here because your natural air conditioner is the ocean. 2 miles away from on the bay, the ocean's 2 miles deep. And so the water temperature is always 80 to 82 degrees, 26 degrees centigrade. And as long as there's 10-mile-an-hour breeze, the air temperature is 80 to 82. So you have a natural air conditioner, which is perfect for 10 months a year.
That makes it terrific. What are the seasonal activities? We know that there's boating and swimming. What else do you have?
Well, we have the world's best kiteboarding. And we've had the World Championship kiteboarding here. We have phenomenal scuba diving, snorkeling, all types of water activities.
Oh, that's terrific. David, I know many of the watchers are going to be asking this question. What are the taxes like there?
So 450,000 corporations are located in the BVI because there are no taxes. The simple fact is your real estate taxes on a $5 million house are less than $1,000 a year. So there's no income tax. There's no, if you rent your home, there's a 10% rental tax. There's no capital gains tax and no estate tax. And so, you know, there's really no taxes. There's a 12% acquisition tax on land when you buy and when you sell.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. David, can you tell me what the culture's like? I know it's been changing through the years. So your downtown is growing a little bit more, but the restaurants, the golfing, the resorts, and are the schools changing for people with younger kids? Do you have a younger community moving in?
So what's interesting is the first part of the culture is the BVI people themselves are fantastic. And we're so proud to live in harmony and be a part of the greater community and continue to do what we can to improve quality of life and get our worker base from the greater community. Culture is based on land, water, and we don't want a private club. We want to be home base so that you go out every day and go boating, 45-minute helicopter ride to St. Bart's and go for lunch, but coming back home because we have the best value and the best restaurants is what it's all about. Health is what we focus on quality of food, yoga, and everything that's a part of LNFA.
It sounds wonderful. David, are you seeing inventory changing in the BVI as far as multiple offers? And how is that changing?
Well, that's interesting. COVID has accelerated everything by at least 10 years. And we've seen our buyers go to 10 to 15 years younger and are saying, Why wait? We've sold our last 5 sales online.
And David, what are you seeing with appreciation year after year?
2010, there was nothing here. Now we have 1 gig of fiber. We have fiber through our roads. I've put in $150 million of infrastructure. I have no debt and no partners. We have 40 homeowners that have put in $400 million of built homes. We now have 70% of them are in rental management, so there are places for people to come and stay. So we really think it's time to tell the world.
David, can you tell me your favorite buyer story?
A gentleman walked in and to my office and said, "My wife likes Peninsula 9. I've never been to the BVI before, and you have one shot to give me your best price." I said, "Well, the lot is listed for $12.9 million. It's worth $12.9 million. He said, "You didn't hear me. One chance, best price." I said, "Well, 3 lots away, one of my best friends built his home and bought the lots on each side of him for $9.9 million. I'll give you the same price that I sold to him, so $9.9 million. He said, "I'll either never see you again or I'll let you know in an hour." So an hour later, I was in another meeting in my office. He knocked on the back glass door of my office, waved for me to come to the door. I walked outside. He extended his hand and he said, "The money's in the bank. You have a deal." That's my favorite buyer story.
I sailed virtually all of the Virgin Islands and many parts of the Caribbean. A friend of ours who owns a dive shop on St. John took us on a boating excursion and said, "We got to show you something," and brought us over to Oilnet Bay.
So the moment we stepped on the dock at Oilnet Bay, put a spell on me. And every moment after that was never a disappointment.
I'm here with a special person in a special place.
David, thank you so much for being on this week's episode of Location Lux.
Have a great day.